this today's initiative that have taken place?
Today we are going to felicitate around 10 schools, higher secondary and college. They have signed a petition to the Prime Minister to strengthen the anti-tobacco laws. The tobacco laws are ते खूप कमी आहे म्हणजे ₹200 स्मोकिंग हे केलें जाल्यार इट शूड बी मोर नाव बिकॉज इट वॉज अराउंड 15-20 years बॅक तो लॉ केल्लो. सो आतां ताजे ते पयशे वाडोवपा जाय जशें आमचे ट्रॅफिकाक कशे पयशे वाडयले तशे ह्या हांकां वायलेशनाक पयशे वाडोवपा जाय आनी स्ट्रेंथन करूंक जाय लॉ म्हणून अशें म्हणून तांणी सगळ्यांनी अराउंड 5,000 स्टुडंट्स तांचे कडसून आमी सही घेतल्या. आयज आमी त्या सगळ्या स्टुडंटांचे म्हणजे एक टीचर आनी 5 स्टुडंट्स अशें तांकां आपयल्यात हांगा प्लस PTA अराउंड 3 स्कुलांचे PTAचेर तांणी सयो मारिल्ली आसा. सो ह्यो सगळ्यो मेळून अराउंड 5,000 आमी प्रायम मिनिस्टर ऑफिसाक धाडटले. हो एक आसा फेलिसिटेशन प्रोग्राम तांकां सगळ्यांक बिकॉज दे हॅव डन वंडर्स. आनी दुसरें आतां सद्या सिगरेटचो इशू आहा तो मातसो सद्या गाजता मातसो सगळे कडेन स्कुलांनी अशें दिसता की प्रत्येक स्कूल टिचर्स कंप्लेन करता की भुरगे तांच्या बॅगांनी सिगरेट्स मेळटात बी म्हणून. So on ill effects of cigarette which is banned actually as per the Indian law it is totally banned. It's sale, production, transport, वडप हे सगळे ऑफिशियली लिगली बँड आसा तरी आसतना भुरग्यांच्या पाकिटांनी ते मेळटा. दॅट मिन्स इट इज अवेलेबल इन द मार्केट. सो वी वॉन्ट टू स्ट्रेंथन. सो आमी आयज पोलीस चीफ गेस्ट म्हणून SP आपयल्या सुचिता देसाय. सो शी वील बी देर. सो पोलिसांचोय ताका म्हणजे तांणी एक्शन घेवपाची गरज आसा. And we want to send a message that e-cigarette is as harmful as the smoking. म्हणजे अशें न्हय की बाबा e-cigaretin तुका कांय जावचें ना. इट इज यू हॅव टू डिसायड यू वॉन्ट टू डाय ऑफ AK-47 or you want to die of pistol. दोनी हातूंनी मरणां येवपाचीच आसा. तें सिलेक्ट करपाचें तुजें काम. आनी अशें दिसता की ते म्हणटात की e-cigarette वडल्यार कांय जावचें ना बी अशें पण अशें प्रोपागंडा करता ते कंपनी. बट एक्चुअली इट इज ऑल्सो हार्मफूल बिकॉज इट इज डायरेक्ट निकोटीन वीच दे आर इनहेलिंग वीच इज कॉजिंग प्रॉब्लेम फॉर द ब्रेन्स. ब्रेनाचे फंक्शनाचे डायरेक्ट इफेक्ट जाता आनी यू गेट एडिक्टेड टू इट. आनी मागीर तेन्ना तूं असो मातसो टेन्शनान आसता तेन्ना तूं खरी सिगरेट ओडूंक शकता बिकॉज विच इज मोर पावरफूल दॅन दीस. सो इन द एंड वी वॉन्ट टू सेंड अ मेसेज दॅट e-cigarette इज बॅन्ड and students should not take over because there is a tremendous rise in this student and especially चलयांच्या हातून आमी पळयलां की हे ओडपाचें म्हणजे प्रमाण वाडलां. सो इवन पेरंट्स डोंट नो एक्चुअली वॉट वेपिंग एंड वॉट इज दिस e-cigarette. सो तांकां एक अवेरनेस करपाक वी हॅव कॉल्ड टीचर्स ऑल्सो हियर. सो बिकॉज टीचर्स आर द वन हू कॅन आयडेंटिफाय द चिल्ड्रन हू आर डुईंग ऑल दीस इन द स्कूल्स. आवय बापायंचें कशें आवय बापायंचें खूब लागसून पळयता भुरग्यांक. सो दे मे नॉट फायंड आउट दॅट ही इज डुईंग समथींग रॉंग बट द टीचर्स सीज देम फ्रॉम फार. सो वी वॉन्ट टू मेक अवेर द टीचर फर्स्ट दॅट हे बाबा आसूं शकता. कशें आयडेंटिफाय करपाचें ड्रग्स कशें आयडेंटिफाय करपाचें आनी इफ दे नो हाव टू आयडेंटिफाय देन दे वील टेल बाबा ह्या भुरग्याक प्रॉब्लेम आसा हाका कावन्सिलिंगाची गरज आसा. सो कावन्सिलर्स आर अवेलेबल नाव इन द ऑल द स्कूल्स. सो वी वॉन्ट टू कॉज अ सफिशंट अवेरनेस सो दॅट भुरगे हातूंत हांकां बळी पडचे ना.
E-cigarettes you all are trying against tobacco. How come this government giving licenses for this?
No, it is no license. It is totally banned. This is all illegal what is available. That's why it is totally illegal. It's manufactured place. No कोणी विकूच शकना कोण. So I'm trying to tell the police also that policeank कशें दिसता की these are minor offences. We are more bothered about the murders and rapes and all. But you have to understand the gateway to the drugs is through smoking. A child which does not smoke will never go to the drugs directly. So the police has to understand or the authorities has to understand that आमी जर सिगरेटीचेर कंट्रोल हाडलो ऑटोमॅटीक ड्रग्सांचेर कंट्रोल येवं शकता.
Yeah, actually it's a need of an hour because in many institute students have been indulging in smoking of tobacco, especially e-cigarettes that is called vape, and students are unaware of the side effects of it, and it is as deadly as tobacco itself, cigarettes itself, and it has deadly chemicals in it that even causes cancer, asthma, and even death and anxiety in students.
So what is your request to the institutes to the demand of this?
It's a very good initiative by Dr. Salkar and by the Manipal Institute, and I think all schools need to have this awareness on how this is a growing concern among students, amongst youth, and that can even lead to addiction and further can get further problems in youth.
What is your advice for the students and parents especially?
Parents, like our headmaster always says, they need to be friends of their child. They need to speak to them about such issues. They need to talk to them so that they know what is the negative effect of tobacco and smoking. I'm teacher Lizelle. I'm a social science teacher from the school Ravindra Kedekar Jnana Mandir, and today I'm here with my anti-tobacco club, and our club is very much active in our school, and we have conducted a number of activities under this club.
I extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries who are present here today, especially who have come all the way to be a part of today's felicitation ceremony. We also are joined here today by Mrs. Suchita Desai. Madam is the Superintendent of Police Training, Government of Goa. Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to just brief the members about the backdrop of this today's event, or how we are. National Organization for Tobacco Eradication, Note India, and Consumer Voice New Delhi. These are the two about 478 was the final figure. 478 schools had attended this online webinar of about one hour. The webinar was supported by the Directorate of Education, Government of Goa, and was conducted under the guidance of Dr.Shehkar Salkar, a renowned oncologist from Goa, and also President of National Organization of Tobacco Eradication, that is Note India. Following the webinar, which was held on 20th of July, we had conducted a signature campaign in about 10 selected schools. I'll be taking the name of all the schools. I think almost all the schools are present here, along with their teachers and student representatives. I'm pleased to announce that in that signature campaign, nearly 5,000 students actively took part. So we have about 5,000 students who have signed the campaign, along with PTA members from 3 schools. We, as a civil society organization who is working in the field of strengthening anti-tobacco laws, would be dispatching these signatures along with an appeal letter to the Honorable Prime Minister's office and also to the office of the Union Head Minister. Now, this is done with the intention that the right amount of environment is created, so the government also takes favorable decision, which are in anti-tobacco field. Today we have gathered here to felicitate these 10 educational institutes who have actively taken part in the signature campaign. But before we move to that,
so just imagine without banning, like one good thing that in spite of ban there is a lot of this available in the market. Police so that they also should know that how the young children are suffering because of this. So this is the important logo of WHO. Choose life, not tobacco. Because life is so beautiful. इतके बरे आमचे life आमका देवान दिला. चंद्रा सुद्धा पावले आम्ही. So now we have, by going for the tobacco, you are spoiling your full life. So there are better things to enjoy than just tobacco. So the e-cigarette म्हणजे एक नवा कन्सेप्ट आनी काढलो. तातून कशें आसा तातून एक कॅटरीज येता which contains nicotine, vaporizer येता आणि एक बॅटरी येता भितर. आता विदाउट बॅटरी सुद्धा येता, जस्ट पॉप. When they are going to modify करीत आसा ते भितर, and they look very sleek. That is very important. Compared to the cigarette, आमचे there very over cigarettes असता. You see, it looks like some nail cut, nail polish, very आशिल्ल्या भशेन. आणि it is classy म्हणटा अशें भुरग्यांक आता कशें trendy, classy. They love all this different type of. So here just different types of these are available. Even e-cigars are available now. When they have modified to such a level that they are just targeting the younger population. And it contains only nicotine. Cigarette कशा cigarette nicotine असता plus tar असता because it burns. This vaporizes. Cigarette burns. So when it burns, it produces around 4,000 chemicals, which can cause cancer. Nicotine can cause problems for the heart. So लोक म्हाका म्हणटा this is a better evil, नाही? So you have to decide you want to die of AK-47 or you want to die of a pistol. कळ्ळें न्ही? दोन्ही हातूंनी मारपाचें. एक मातशें स्लो मारतले, एक फास्ट पडाक ढम 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 करून मारपाचें. So that is up to you. But the end result of tobacco is a death. It is one thing which kills. Tobacco suppose आयज जर मार्केटान आयलो, today suppose it introduced fresh by a company, it would not have seen the life because the consumer protection groups will not allow anything which kills. ह्या काय 400 वर्षाचे आसा न्ही आमकां इलाच्यान आमकां कोलंबस घेवन गेला. That is the one, and it has come. All this tobacco has come to the world, India, through Goa, and we want it to live through Goa. तशें आमचें स्वप्न आसा, but I don't know when it will be successful. But nicotine is the one which stimulates the brain and which gives you the addiction. The battery same problems can occur with e-cigarettes also. See the amount, 78% increase among the high school students from 2017 eka varsanuch. So you can imagine the amount this is causing problem for the student community. And they advertise slick sarke बऱ्यो गाडयो स्कूटर हे आमचे आमचे घरून मातशें तर की मागीर तुमी मातशें खुश भुरगीं सारकी मातशी. This is the problem आमच्या आयज. पण मान सकयल घालूंक लावं नाका. We also made आमी खंय बोवाळ गेलो शाळेंत घालतना. आमी कोणाचे ब्लेडी कापल्यो, कोणाचे पांय कापले. बट आवय बापायचे तकली सकयल घालूंक लावना केन्ना. So it is important that you can do whatever you do, but these things at least you don't fall in prey. Same companies करतात. सिगरेट ओडटा पळय तीच कंपनी ई सिगरेट करता. म्हणजे तो म्हणटा की आपले मार्केट ही वॉन्ट्स टू कीप दॅट मार्केट ऑन. And it comes in different types: menthol, fruit, alcohol, chocolate, candy, sweets. Flavors are available in market. So it is second-hand smoke exposure. I already told you. So I want, as a student, you want to make your education and institution a tobacco free. There are tough guidelines have come. Central government guidelines asa. Health department is after this. I think all schools must have got some circulars about. Each school can make their educational institution as a tobacco free. And you can spread the word and get yourself involved. How you sign, so you know, at least you attend kele, you know that Baba it is bad, so you can spread the message. Everyone can at least tell your 10 friends. Then it's very important. The use of cigarette is unsafe for kids, teens, and young adults. This is the important part of e-cigarette. And India has banned this by extraordinary gazette which has come published by the authority, and that means it is totally banned. Its supply, its transport, cigarette odappa, the e-cigarette odap, yes, officially banned in India. Now that you all are there, I want to just speak about drugs also. Abuse is called as substance abuse, and it uses a psychoactive substance. म्हणजे आम्ही आता heroin, ganja, बिंजा हे सगळे वापरतात. They are psychoactive. It stimulates the brain. Addiction, dependent substance means that abuse of this substance create तुझे physical changes जाता, तुझे psychological changes जाता, plus your social well-being as an individual सगळे हालतात because of drugs. So it is very important to realize that. Why do youth take to drugs? See, तू आता 50 वर्षाचा झालो न्ही, मागीर कोण drugs घेवंक वचना. It all starts in somewhere around 15 to maybe around 25 पर्यंत. College life. To start everything afresh when you are working is very unlikely. 25-30 वर्षानंतर कोण नवो कोण तरी सिगरेट ओडटलो आणि नवो कोण येतो जावचो ना. It all starts at somewhere around 15 to म्हणजे around 8, 9, 10 standard to maybe around college सोडून तुका जर काही जॉब मेळना then also you can fall. But तुका जॉब मेळ्ळो तू are there, then you go into normal life. So because youth is a time नाही for major physical hormonal changes जातात. सगळे ते इतर एक इमोशनल चेंजेस सगळ्या भुरग्यांच्या मध्ये जातात, चलयांच्या चल्यांच्या. इट चेंजेस फ्रॉम डिपेंडन्स टू इंडिपेंडन्स. डिपेंडन्स म्हणजे कितें? टिल अराउंड 10th स्टँडर्ड यू आर डिपेंडंट. हाफ पॅन्ट घालून येवचें पडटा कळ्ळें न्ही. पेरंट्स 7च्या आत घरात 7 जाली की घरान येवंक जाय, 5 पर्यंत शिकपाचें, 2 वरां खेळा, मागीर परत देर आर सम गायडलायन्स पूट बाय द फॅमिली. तूं 11वेन पावलो 12वेन पावलो की तूं म्हणजे लांब हाताची पॅन्ट, मातशें असं तुका दिसता की आपूण आय हॅव बिकम लिटल बीट एडल्ट नाव, आपूण फ्री आसा, सगळेच आवय बापायचें आयकपाक जाय अशें ना. सो इट इज this independence to establishing personal and sexual relation तुमचे, कित्याक तुमकां ते चेंजीस जाता हॉर्मोनल. सो जे तुमचे डिपेंडन्स ऑन पेरंट्स आसता ते हळूहळू यू आर कमिंग आउट ऑफ दॅट डिपेंडन्स. सो दिस चेंजीस आर कॉमन. अँड लास्ट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट, इज रिनेगोशिएशन ऑफ द फॅमिली रुल्स. आवय बापायन सांगलें हें करूं नाका न्ही, मुद्दम करताले. म्हणजे इट इज लायक ना तुवें सांगलें न्ही ना आपूण करतलो, ही एक इगोइस्टीक भुरग्यांक निर्माण जाता. And they are renegotiating the family rules and parental supervision कमी जाता. Then second is peer pressure. म्हणजे एक ग्रुप असता, तातूंत आमच्या वेळा आशिल्ले एक 2 जाण भुरगे आशिल्ले, सामके स्टायलिश येताले तेन्ना बूट घालून येताले. आमी चपलां पांयान चपलां सुद्दां नाशिल्लीं तेन्ना. सो यू कॅन इमॅजीन आमच्या वेळा, दिस मस्ट बी इन 75 आय एम टॉकिंग, 75 78 आमी हायर सेकंडरी आशिल्ली 78 तेन्ना ते सामके स्टायलिश आनी एक सिगार बी घेवन येतात. आम्ही आपले असे ते स्टायलिश सांगतात त्यांना मालबेरो बिलबेरो सामके ते एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स वेर हेवी सारखे. सो देर इज अ स्ट्रॉंग प्रेशर ऑन द चिल्ड्रन टू ट्राय टू फिट इन. म्हणजे आपण त्या ग्रुपान बसतलो काय ना हे हाजेर तांकां खुबशे टेन्शन येता. सो देन देर इज अ मिडिया इन्फ्लुयन्स. आता तर म्हणटा मोबायलूच आहा, पयलीं मिडिया आशिल्लो, आता मोबायल टक 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 एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल ऑनलायन तुमकां. कल्टीस व्यू आमच्या वेळा हिप्पी म्हूण आशिल्ले. आय डोंट नो तुम्ही आता ते हिप्पी आसा काय ना ते, पण तसले मनीस आसात ऑन द पोस्टर बायट ते हिप्पीचे कॅश बीस वाडोवन ते गिटार घेवन अशें बोवाळ चालू. दॅट इज कल्टीस व्यू. फॅशन फॅड ऑल दीस थिंग्स स्टार्ट कमिंग once you go into the 11th 12th center and college.
Salkar for inviting. In fact, the invitation was for my DGP to come and address you all, but he had some other issues, so he has told me to represent the Goa Police. So I will be taking the responsibility of conveying whatever I've heard today and make sure of whatever has been conveyed in this message that you have given. My association with Manipal, there are two reasons that I am associated with Manipal directly. One is that my daughter has studied from MCORDS Mangalore, so I have special, special love for Manipal Hospital. And my colleague, of course, Mr. John Samuel, who is the PRO, who has been associated with me for nearly past 10 years. In fact, we have been having a lot of interaction and lot of programs in the Goa Police under his guidance. Or in fact, the first responders and all that we have done. He has been very helpful. So thanks to Dr. Salkar and his team for giving all the assistance to the Goa Police. Now, speaking about e-cigarette, basically, I just want to put just 2-3 points that I would like to put across. One is that, there is a saying that, you just say no to it. But saying no to it means what? You have to say yes to something else. So in fact, you say no to this, but then there is say yes to something which will give you a better, better opportunity or better alternate, which means you do something creative. Look at that. There are a lot of things that are required to be done. So it's, it's not only this that gives you the pleasure. There are other important issues which you can handle, and you can, take guidance from your teachers if you all require and address those issues. And it's not only, that basically what happens is it's, as Dr. Salkar said, that, it is peer pressure and all. Very true. What happens is many a time we have seen it is colleagues, your friends, who are into all these kind of issues, and then they tell you, okay, what's there to try? Try it. I will just tell you one simple example. My daughter was studying in a college, and most of her colleagues were into smoking weed. For them, it is a very common thing. Now, bade baap ke bete hai, a lot of money in hand, so they have the money to spend. And the reason, what happens is, and I am surprised that, they were all from the profession of doctors. And they were into this. So basically it is when money comes easy, it goes also that way. So you people have to make sure that, you have to look at what is the purpose, what is your purpose in society. Everybody has got problems. Problems are transient. You have to look for how you can get through it comfortably. I'm sure you all will agree that everybody has got some of the other problem. Is anybody here who is sitting here having no problem at all? One person who can just stand and say, yes, I have absolutely no problems in my life. Everybody has got problems, see. So what happens is, when you have a problem, don't look, did somebody put up a hand there?
No, I just was telling him my tooth has been extracted. So that's
See, that is one problem. Basically what I'm trying to say is, everybody has got problems. But don't look for an alternate that is actually going to cause you further problems. That is what you have to understand. In the long run, this is not going to help you in any way. There is something called as, there is something, what you say, that pleasure. What is pleasure that you get actually? As sir was saying, that you feel that you are 1 feet high. Pleasure is the same. You eat a good meal, you are satisfied, you get pleasure. Your poor brain doesn't differentiate that this pleasure is because it's going to give me a simultaneous harm. Your brain just registers pleasure as pleasure. So, basically any addiction, if you look at it, addiction is also a disease. Psychotropic substance is, addiction to that is a disease. Like when you have a cardiovascular disease, your heart gets damaged. Same way, in this case also, your brain is getting damaged. Your functions of the brains are getting damaged. So how can you be creative thereafter? You are never going to be creative. You are always going to be depressed. Now, one simple thing I would just suggest it even to the schools, since at your level, you all do come across places, you all may be aware. Form such small groups. In fact, I would suggest to the teachers, as a part of your, I don't know if you all have some recreation or some kind of an activity that you all have, you all should form such kind of, groups where students come together and they portray these kind of issues. Many a time what happens is, even the police don't come to know if something is happening somewhere. Like, for example, some say cigarettes are being sold in some shop, because that is all being done on the sly. But if you have such committees, and through the school, if you all send, it's not the students, but the school can take the responsibility thereafter, after verifying through their students and all. If you all convey it to the police, I think we'll be able to take a better action on it. Because it is very simple. Everybody knows when the police is coming, things are moved out from there. So it is very difficult even for us to catch people. So I would suggest that, you people should get together, form such small groups, and from the schools, if the schools can tell, I'm sure naturally we are having that kind of a proactive police. When they get information, they are not going to just sit on it. So we will definitely act on it. But you all also have to put in, it is your duty also. You youngsters, you all have to be more proactive towards these kind of issues. Not only in case of cigarettes, I would say in all matters. There could be even small kiosks which are selling drugs. Now, it is not possible that a police is going to be there at every shop. But if you people notice something, bring it to the knowledge of your principal, and teachers should have some sort of a, some sort of groups formed where you all can convey it to the concerned police stations. I think that would be a very good initiative if we had to start it that way. That would help the police also. It will also ease our burden, because we actually cannot be everywhere at all times, and we are always there to help you. If at any point you feel that somebody is not taking proper action, you can always contact the higher ups. But I'm sure they will definitely act on this issue, because everybody is concerned. Our youth, today's youth are going to be the whole lot who are going to run the nation. So we don't want that our nation goes into hands, of children who are not competent enough. So we want competent children coming up and running the nation tomorrow. We are not going to be living forever. So whoever takes over later has to be strong enough to face all these kind of situations and, have a clean atmosphere around them. As sir said, see, it's not necessary that you're smoking. But if you have a smoker next to you, you are part of it. So you are being affected. So it applies to the whole thing. So even if you have a smoking zone and people are going there to smoke, that smoke is going somewhere and somebody is inhaling that smoke. So merely making the smoking zones is not going to solve the issue for us. So we have to make sure that, this issue is nipped at the bud. And since we have this, even this e-cigarette looks to be very, very simple and sleek and very stylish. It doesn't, you feel that it looks very stylish and also nobody notices it. But look at the side effects that it's going to have on you. As sir said, it may not have tar in it. So that doesn't mean it's not harming your body. Harm is the same. It's affecting your hearts. And you look at it, if you look at it, we never saw people who died who were less than 60 years. But today, if you look at it, at the age of 30, 35, 40, you are having cardiovascular as young as even 20, 25. And we don't understand what is the symptom. This could be part of it. There could be many reasons to it. And this could also be a part of it. So, we have to make sure, no matter in what form, this has to be stopped. And I expect you as young children will point these issues in your respective schools, and your teachers will take the issue further and bring it to the principals and to the police, so that we can take, punitive action on all these kind of agencies who are doing this malpractices on the sly. I hope that you all will take, the required care, and you all will make sure that as a very alert student, I wouldn't say citizen at this stage, you all are too small, but you all should bring these issues forward, and so that we make this place a place where we can all live comfortably. Thank you.
At home. So it is mostly that young boys are picking up from bad company of older boys, and that usually happens when they go to play cricket, football after school. So I think it is very important as teachers, we need to spread awareness to students about nicotine, because they feel, like you all said, they feel e-cigarette is very fancy because it has bubble gum flavor, it has apple flavor. So they feel it is not deadly. They don't know how deadly can nicotine be. And also I've seen videos that it has been causing asthma, right doctor? Breathing problems, anxiety in students, many other things. So I think as teachers, we do have a bigger role to play, where we need to spread awareness in students, yes, but most importantly in parents first, so that they are aware of what their children are doing. Thank you.
Full generation.
Full generation, yes.